chairs on a sinking Titanic. We didn't elect you just to stand back and watch Obama redistribute those deck chairs. What we need is for you to stand up, GOP, and fight. Maybe I should ask some of the Badger women's hockey team, those champions, maybe I should ask them if we should be suggesting to GOP leaders they need to learn how to fight like a girl. And speaking of President Obama, I think we ought to pay tribute to him today on this Tax Day Tea Party because really he's the inspiration for why it is that we're here today. That's right, the Tea Party movement wouldn't exist without Barack Obama. You see, candidate Obama didn't have a record while he was in office, but President Obama certainly has a record, and that's why we're here. And hey, media, it's not inciting violence, and it's not hateful rhetoric to call someone out on their record, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to do it to be clear. That's right, we're here, we're clear, get used to it. Candidate Obama promised that he would be fiscally responsible. He promised to cut the deficit in half, but President Obama tripled it. Candidate Obama promised that fiscal responsibility, but President Obama flushed $1 trillion down the drain on a useless stimulus package, and then he bragged about the jobs he created in congressional districts that don't even exist. That's right. On this White House, you lie. The only thing that $1 trillion travesty stimulated was a debt crisis and a Tea Party. Now the left's irresponsible and radical policies awaken a sleeping America that we understood finally what it was that we were about to lose. We were about to lose the blessings of liberty and prosperity. They caused the working men and women of this country to get up off their sofas, to come down from the deer stand, get out of the duck blind and hit the streets, come to the town halls, and finally the ballot box. And Tea Party Americans won an electoral victory of historic proportions last November. We, the people, we rose up and we decisively rejected the left's big government agenda. We don't want it, we can't afford it, and we are unwilling to pay for it. But what was his reaction to this mandate for fiscal sanity? Less than 90 days after the election, in his State of the Union address, President Obama told us, now the era of big government is here to stay and we're going to pay for it whether we want to or not. Instead of reducing spending, they're going to win the future by investing more of your hard-earned money in some cockamamie, harebrained ideas like more solar shingles, more really fast trains, some things that venture capitalists will tell you are non-starters. We're flat broke, but he thinks these solar shingles and really fast trains will magically save us. So now he's shouting, all aboard his bullet train to bankruptcy. Win the future, WTF is about right. And when Wisconsin's own Paul Ryan presented a plan for fiscal... Presenting that plan, what was Obama's response? He demonized the voices of responsibility with class warfare and with fear-mongering. And I say personally to our president, hey, parent to parent, Barack Obama, for shame, for you to suggest that the heart of the common sense conservative movement would do anything to harm our esteemed elders, to harm our children with Down syndrome, to harm those who are most in need. No, see, in our book, You prioritize appropriately, and those who need the help will get the help. The only way we do that is to be wise and prudent and to budget according to the right priorities. Now, our president isn't leading. He's punting on this debt crisis. The only future that Barack Obama is trying to win is his own re-election. He's willing to mortgage your children's future to ensure his own. And that is not the audacity of hope. That's cynicism. Piling more debt onto our children and our grandchildren, it's not courage. No, that's cowardice. But did you notice when he gave that polarizing speech last week, there was a little gem in the speech. Maybe you missed it. But he spoke about the social contract and the social compact. Well, Mr. President, the most basic tenet in that social compact is adhering to the consent of the governed. That would be we the people. President Obama, you do not have our consent. You didn't have it in November, and you certainly don't have it now. You willfully ignored the will of the American people. You ignored it when you rammed through Obamacare. You ignored it when you drove up the debt to $14.5 trillion. You ignored it when you misrepresented your deficit spending. You ignored it when you proposed massive tax increases on the middle class and on our job creators. You ignored it when you went to bat for government-funded abortions, and yet you threw our brave men and women in uniform under the bus, Mr. Commander-in-Chief. You ignored it when you got us into a third war for fuzzy and inconsistent reasons, a third war that we cannot afford. You ignore it when you apologize for America while you bow and kowtow to our enemies and you snub our allies like Israel. And you ignore it when you manipulate the U.S. oil supply. You cut off oil development here, and then you hypocritically praise foreign countries for their drilling. And when hardworking families are hit with $4 and $5 a gallon gas, and your skyrocketing energy and food prices as you set out to fundamentally transform America.